Hello everybody, this is Tenacious Earl back again. I apologize for this looking a little off as far as my angle goes, but I've changed my setup just a little bit for this. I have a nice rotational vise here that allows me to do this, but I just want to leave this camera sitting here for now, so just bear with me. So we're going to do the third round. I think what I'm going to do is just stick with this for now. It may be a shorter video, but that's going to be okay, and we'll look at the figuring out how to do the final round in terms of maybe a couple of videos split up or something to that effect. So what we've done is previously we come up with, if you remember these cards here, these little index cards, we had the made the cut pile, we had the outstanding pile, and we ended up with a missed the cut pile, which is right here. Now I took these and put them in a bag. Actually, what I did before that was took them up to my PC and input all of the names of the golfers who missed the cut in there. So I wanted to, let me get this cord out of the way. I wanted to make sure that I got those things taken care of, so that way I had it all written down, and that way we're ready to go now, and that way I'm not missing out on anything. So when I did my count, and I noted it here in my little log book, I had the one outstanding, that's Jimmy Kimes, and then I have 64 others that made the cut, so we were at 65. So then I went ahead and did a random selection here of 6 from the missed cut. So we have a total of 71 golfers that made the cut. So that's where we stand at the moment. A couple things to note. I have printed out, so if you've watched my previous video where I talked about the tournament mode a bit, like this was a while back, we did like a final round, I believe, or I talked about a final round. I believe that the one that is given to you from History Maker Golf is a twosomes. I'm going to be using this one. You can actually find this if you, I think Al Wilson does these, but he has ones with a threesome, and a lot of the PGA Tour tournaments have threesomes instead of twosomes. So we're going to do that for every tournament that seems to be a threesome in real life, because I think it's better. So the way this ends up working out, and because I put this in here, now I've got to get my to-do list back so I have a cheat sheet that I know what I'm doing here. Okay, so we made sure that the 70 golfers made the cut, and I picked some cards. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we've got this outstanding guy who is his own stack. I'm gonna get rid of the miss the cut card. I'm gonna keep that in the box here so that way I have it. Oh, and I have to get my little quick action game sheet right here ready. So we've got the completing the third round, which also includes final round staging. We will also do that after this. But so Kimes is going to be the outstanding, and then we've got the make the cut. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shuffle these guys up, and we're going to make 7 piles, and then the 8th pile, sort of like with the making the cut, instead of having 8 piles, we have 7, and then the outstanding golfer is his own pile, I guess. And they're considered to have exceptionally good scores. The first 2 rounds are placed into a separate pile for the third round. So okay, so I think we've done a pretty decent job of, here I'll even do a couple of quick cuts here, just to kind of, I'm gonna do another couple more. I like making sure, I'm always hesitant to believe that things are shuffled well, but you can only do so much, and if it doesn't work out well, it doesn't. Okay, so 7. 7's a little weird to have to do, but what we'll do is we'll break it into 2. Yeah. Then we'll break it into 4. Then we'll break those into smaller ones. Oh. So there's 7, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and take anything that looks a little out of whack and try to even it out as much as we can. Okay, so let me see. I still feel like these guys might be a little taller. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, that's pretty close. And then we've got that 8th pile, which is over here. Yes. Okay, so we now again roll 2 dice. And as you can see here with the 3rd round, what this does is it actually puts it into the letter grade. So you're going to have some that have A+, you're going to have some that have A, some that have, and on down, and the remaining cards are going to end up. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll this, and we'll just go through this. So we'll take the leftmost first. That's a 56. Always with the history maker. Well, unless there's certain rolls in certain cases where you would go just the order based on color of the dice. But in this case, we're definitely using low to high. So a draw golfer contends with A minus others. So what does it mean by contend? So contend means that you're going to contend. It means that they're still going to be playing in that final round. Whereas you're going to have some here that it's going to say finishes, which means that you're not going to play their final round. They're just going to automatically be scored wherever it tells you to put them. So with a 56, it says that you draw a golfer out of the pile, and they are going to contend with A-, which is going to be right over here. You can see this. So the contends go on the bottom, the finishes go on top. So I'm going to do another roll here with this, and this will give us our draw golfer that's going to be what should amount to 2 strokes back. And it'll be the top golfer, the golfer on top of the pile. It's going to be Newt Washburn. So we're going to put him below A-. And everybody else finishes at D, which is over here. So they're going to be finished. You're going to have Martin Van Dyke, Royal Garibay, Steve Foshee, Cameron Tullis, Danny Gallatin. We're going to see if there's any big names. Ray Tuminello, Andy Jansen, Kirk Redwine, and Kenny Service will all be finishing at D, which is right here. Correct? And so you do get a 1C in that. So you got an A- that'll be contending, and then you've got the rest at D. So we roll off the second pile. 15. Draw golfer contends, and then you get attorney day perks or issues from this guy. So I'm gonna have to mark this down because I don't want to forget. So 3rd round perks issues. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to draw a golfer, and they're going to be at, right, 15. Draw a golfer contends with A, so they'll be a stroke ahead of Newt Washburn. And then we're going to roll this to get 7, so we're going to go through 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is going to be Toshio Takai. How about that? That's a name for you. He's a 5A. So, and let's see who misses out. So the rest. Okay, top golfer contends with A-. Okay, so we look through here and see who has an A-. It could be McAdams. He's your best one so far. There's a 3A. Are there any other ones in here? There's a 1C. There's another 1B. Okay, so we got a couple of 1Bs here. So they're going to be... So there's a special... There's a special thing that we do here for ties in this. And I need to get the... I want to make sure I get it right. Okay, each... Oh boy, I'm having trouble because there's some people walking around upstairs and it's just making a lot of noise. I'm trying to focus. It says, where did it say about ties? Oh wait, here, that's where it says it. Alright, so what we do with a tie is a little different. So we have two guys in this pile that were 1A or 1Bs, McAdams and Somers. So what we do is that we roll the decider. If it's a dot, then they go with... I knew that there was a special one. So it's going to be A minus if there's a dot. If not, they're going to contend with B plus. Is that right? Yes. So let's see. We go with McAdams first, so he will be at A minus with Washburn. Right. Okay, and then Somers will be at also at A minus. So there we go. Got to move these cards down a bit. Okay. Apologies for not... I've only done this process once before, and it was a couple weeks ago, and I just wanted to be sure it was right. So take the third pile. It's a 56 again. So again, we draw a golfer. It'll be 11, so let's go 1. I want to make sure I get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ziggy Juno, he will be at A minus. Actually, the rest of these guys from the 15 draw finish with a C minus. So that'll, where's all those guys go? Everybody else in this pile from 56 finishes with D as well. So it'll be these 3Bs. There are 3A, 3B, 3C, 3C. A lot of good golfers in there. Wow, boy. There's another 1B. Okay. All those guys are going to finish down the chart here a bit. Next pile. 23. Draw golfer contends with A. Others contend with B+. Okay, so this is one where we end up with... We're going to have a bit of a log jam here. So a 6. So that's the draw golfer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Adam Trenchard, he will be at A, correct? The rest are going to contend at B+. So you've got a bunch of guys here that are going to be stacked up. And what we're going to have to do is figure out that we'll show you how to set up the leaderboard a little later. So here we go. These guys are all going to be at B. Is that right? B+. So I'm just going to put that as a pile there to keep it compact. So 44 for the next pile. All golfers contend with B+. So there's going to be a real log jam here. See, we got a bunch of guys. Okay, so we're going to have a lot there. 16 for this pile. Draw golfer contends with an A-. So you're going to have... So 15. 1, 2, 3. Gotta get my book out of the way. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It'll be Alec Newcomb. And then it's 16. Top golfer contends with A. Let's turn them over here. Gil Granbury might be there. And it will be. So it'll be Gil Granbury, who will be at A. Okay, also the A- golfer, which was Alec Newcomb. He's going to get a perk or issue, one or the other. And it was Toshio Takai. I forgot to write him down. Takai. He's also going to have one. That was from an earlier roll. So, and then everybody else finishes with D+. So some good golfers there that are going to be finishing down the chart. So right now we've got 8 guys here. Nobody with an outright lead. Nobody's starting on the A+ designation, which is the star. So we'll see if this last one gets anybody in there. Another 16, so we're going to be drawing again. It's time 11, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10 there, so 11 is Chase Stevenson, and he will be the third guy that gets a perks or issue, so A-. So he will go in the A-. Now you get the top golfer goes with an A, which just so happens that this is the pile that has Emmerich, who is the 1A guy, so he's going to be up near the top. He is the guy with the best score, so he lucks out there. He could have been in one of those piles where he got put into the masses. So the rest of these guys are going to be at D+. And now you get your outstanding golfer here. And Oh, they're stacked above the C card. Okay. Well, we do it for the... Well, guess what? He's out, but we're going to roll this to see where he ends up. So, 14. Top golfer contends with A, so he's going to be in the A column right there. No others to worry about, so we will put this in the box too. So, you're going to have a 5-way tie for the lead, and you're going to have another 6 guys right behind. Now, what do we have here? We have a bunch of guys at B+. Once you've gone through all your stacks, okay, so the way that this ends up working out is that these guys here are going to be the primary players in the final round. And they're going to be stacked up there pretty close together, actually, in the way it works out. Sometimes it gets a little more spread out, and we didn't end up having any A+. So what we're going to do now is take a second here to build the leaderboard. So this is where pretty much, you can still look off of this sheet down here. You have the final round stagings. Okay, so the way this is going to end up working out is that we can take, I'm going to get different baggies here, and so I'm going to take the D markers. These guys are finished with D. I'm going to put them in a bag with these, so that way I have an idea of who finished where with that. I thought I had some other bags there, but I have some in the bottom of this box, I believe. Well, I don't, but I have many more bags up here. I bought a whole slew of them back in the day, so I just need to find the one that I have open and grab a couple. These really come in handy, so especially in this game, so you can separate out your levels here. So like we can put the D with the D pile and put it right in the bag here, like so. Now these guys are going to be finished with a score. We're going to figure out what that score is later, and I think I missed some here. You know what? I'm not 100% sure, but I'll be able to watch the video later. So I'm going to put these guys. I'm going to put these guys in a different pack. I'm hoping that they dropped off the bottom, but if they were part of the C-, I want to make sure that I get them in the right spot. So, so we'll take the C-, bag them up. So Kieran would be in D+, to Kieran and those guys if they fell off the bottom of that other pile. So okay, so we've got these guys. I'm going to put them off to the side here. Stay good. And then I have these other cards that we're not using at the moment, and we'll just pack these up for next tournament, because some tournaments you'll be using the other symbols. What I can do is I can put this in the bag here. So what we also have is a situation where we have these cards which will help with the leaderboard. So we'll set up the leaderboard. I'm probably going to try to finish this tournament today, since it's going to be tough to do baseball once I have this all set up. Alright, so let's just reorganize a bit here. These guys are going to be fringe contenders that have a chance maybe to pop up at the end of the round. So these guys were all in the A-. These guys are all A, and there's nobody in the star, which is the leader. And so, actually, let's do this. Let's go boom, boom. And so similarly to the other one, I'm going to put the B in up there. I'm going to do this. And when they get 6 strokes behind, if they get more than 6 strokes back, they're considered to be finished. Although what you end up doing is you just roll them out with a quick, there's a quick results card. Alright, so any golfer with an A placement of any kind is considered to be a contender. Golfers with the B+ or B are on the fringe. So they're going to be given a 3-round score. These guys. So I need to get my pen out here and get my scorecard. So let's fill out some of this information here while and actually I'm going to move these guys over so that way I have a place to write. Okay, so the tournament is the 2018 Silverado Open, right? Course is Napa Valley. We haven't figured out the conditions yet. So we have a place here for the contenders. We have a place here for the final leaderboard, and we have these, which are our pairings. We're going to have 4 threesomes that we're going to deal with. What we may have to do is take one out of the B+. We might just do a quick random roll in order to figure out who that's going to be. But so this is where we take our projected score, which was 268, correct? Yes. So the target score was going to be 268. you go to the back of this sheet here, and there's this little scoring key. Any golfer with the A placement of any kind is considered to be a contender. What we're going to do is, so we're in the 268 to 272 range right here. So we're going to take each of the A's. We're going to roll the decider die for each golfer. If he gets a dot, he's going to be at 203, which will be the lead, or 204 if he does not. So let's start with Kimes, since he was the outstanding golfer. He will get a dot, so he will be in the lead, and he will get well, what I'm going to have to do here for now is to take my book here and kind of write this out. So, because I don't want to put it on the page until I have it all set up. So we're going to do final round leaderboard. So it's going to be Kimes. It's going to be at, that was 203. And what we'll do is we'll put 204 down here, and 205, 206. Okay, so this is how we'll organize it. So Emmerich, he gets a dot, so he will be there too. Tied for lead. Granbury as well. The old decider die is coming up. Dots. Another dot. Trenchard. So we're going to have a four-way tie. Maybe five here if Takai gets it as well. And he does. 5 dots in a row. How about that? Okay. So that gets us our A. So now A minuses will be either 205 or 206. So Chase Stevenson, I think I've never had this many dots come up. Newcomb, well, there's a non-dot. You can see that over to the side right here maybe. Oh, you can't see it right there. So Newcomb, wait, Stevenson got the dot. Or wait, no, he's 2 back. Sorry. Stevenson is 2 back with a dot. Right? 205. Newcomb is at 206 because he didn't get a dot. 3 back. Ziggy Juno is next. Let's see where he goes. He's going to get a dot, so he will go 2 back. Heath Summers, no dot. He'll go at 206. Then you got these last 2 guys here, McAdams. And Washburn. He'll be at 206 as well. Okay, so Washburn will be here, 3 strokes back, and so we have sort of a back end here that's going to potentially be moved into by some other golfers. So that gives us 11. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 golfer out of here, out of the B+, and the other B+, they're going to be at the edge of contention, so they may make a charge, but what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these cards. How many do we have here? One. I'm just gonna roll the D20, and we're gonna pick from that. We could pick the one with the best ranking for the tournament score, but instead I'm gonna just choose the so it's gonna be the 7th golfer in the pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dustin Solomon. And so with a B+, he will be let's see, 207, so he'll be 4 back. So he will get into one of the final pairings. Okay, so I have these all written down here. The rest of these guys, we're going to put them in with the B+ bin. Where did I put that other? I had another. Oh, it's right here. I'm going to put it in here. So these guys could also come into contention. There's another specific roll that you can do, so we don't need the A and the A- card anymore. We'll put it back into this pack. And so we have our leaderboard set up. One thing I haven't done is looked at Napa Valley's par. So let's take a look here. 4th, so there's 1 par 3, 1 and 1, 2 par 3s, 2 par 5s, and 3 par 3s, 4 par 3s, and 4 par 5s, so it's a 72, right? So I'm going to put these back in my envelope here for the moment. So if you go par 72 times 3 is 216, is that right? So Kimes and Company at 203 are minus 13. Minus 11 for those guys. So we basically built our leaderboard here. So what we can do is we can do the final round contenders. So you're going to have Kimes, Emmerich, Granbury, Trenchard, and Takai. Tied for 1. Third round total is going to be 203. You guys can see that, right? Yes. Strokes back, they aren't. And we're going to do this and this. All right. So then we've got, so that's 5. So tied for 6, we've got Stevenson and Juneau. And they are at 205, 2 strokes back. Then you've got tied for 8th. You've got Newcomb, Summers, McAdams, Washburn, and then we're going to have Solomon here at 4 strokes back. #12th place. All right, so we got that all transferred over. Now what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to decide how to build our final pairings. So we'll build from the back. And I think what we will do is this. We're going to, well, clearly Solomon is going to be the final of the first group, because he is the lowest scoring, or the highest scoring So now what we need to do is find the two that are going to golf with him. So what we'll do is I'm going to do... So we're going to start with Washburn. Nope. McAdams. Nope. Somers. Yes. So Somers. And then how about Newcomb? Yes. So that's going to be your first pairing of this final round. Then we're going to have McAdams and Washburn here. Trying to get this in your view. And so then we need to figure out which of Juneau and Stevenson is going to be in that pairing. So, or not a pairing, group. It's a threesome. Juneau is a no. Stevenson is a no. Juneau is a yes. Let's see, Stevenson is a yes. Since there's two of them, we'll keep going until someone misses. Juneau went under the table. That's a plus. Stevenson a minus, so Juneau will go first. And then you'll have Stevenson here. Okay, and now we're going to have to figure out from this five-way tie at the top. Takai, yes. Trenchard, yes. I think from this point forward, I'm going to do if someone... Well, we'll just go... We'll see what happens here. So they all get yeses. Wow. There's a no. Why do I keep rolling this? I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Well, they all got yeses, and so before I was doing it in order, so let's just do it in that order. So it's going to be Takai, Trenchard, and then it's going to be Kimes, Emmerich, and Granbury as the final pairing. And you've got some good golfers here as far as their tournament placements, so we'll see how it all plays out there. You got some experience there. You got a guy with gold putting. You got a couple guys there. So I think that's where I'm going to leave this video off. As you can see, what will happen now is we will go ahead and start playing these guys. The first group plays, and then the second one plays. Then they play their second hole, then we go down to the second group, start it, and you just kind of have this rotation going. Yeah. And so that's the way it works. So then what happens is you get to the final group going, and then when they reach the back nine is when this kind of reaches to the point where you hit this emerging contenders. You do another quick roll, and you figure out whether or not someone is going to have a chance to maybe breach the top 10, maybe even have a chance to win. So I'm going to sign off here. That's basically how you end up. Let me turn it back around one more time so that we can see the actual leaderboard. You've got usually the two. This is the second tournament I've done. Both times there's been kind of a log jam looking thing, but that's somewhat typical. You often don't have it where you got like a 5-stroke lead over a group, but I'm hoping that there will be a time when that shows up, because it does happen. It does happen. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching this. I'm hoping this is going to help some people who get this game and are interested in trying to work this out and try their own series. So we'll see which of these guys will be the victor. Might play this out before the afternoon's over. We'll see. So thanks a lot for watching. Hope you have a great day, and maybe see you a little later.